But one of the key things I think that jumped out from the November general election that's going to be crucial for this runoff tomorrow here was the gap between how Herschel Walker did, you see finishing behind Warnock by about a point, and how basically every other Republican running statewide in Georgia did. Most notably in the governor's race, Brian Kemp, the Republican, won easily in the governor's race, got 53.5% of the vote. Republicans won the other statewide offices in Georgia. Walker was the exception. He ran, you see, 53.5% for Kemp. Walker, 48.5%. He ran 5 points behind Governor Kemp here. So that's the key question, I think, in terms of Walker. If he's going to overtake Warnock and win this, what he needs is those voters, those Republican-friendly voters who were there in November for every Republican except him. He needs them to turn out, and he needs them to vote for him this time. So where are we going to be looking in particular to see if that's happening? There are a bunch of counties here in the Atlanta metro area, maybe kind of on the fringes of it, like Cherokee County. This is the single biggest Republican plurality producing county in Georgia. You see, look, hey, Walker won it by 38 points. You say that's pretty good, right? Well, it is, except if you compare it to how Brian Kemp did in the same county. Kemp won Cherokee by 50 points. You know, similar story next door, Forsyth County. Kemp wins it by 46 points. You take a look at the Senate race. Walker wins it, but only by 32. So that's one of the questions. Walker doesn't need to be getting Kemp levels exactly in these counties because Kemp had a pad there. He won by 8 points. But Walker needs to get closer to what Kemp got in places like Cherokee and Forsyth County. So we'll be looking at those areas to see if he's winning over those Republican voters who were for every Republican except for him in November. On the Democratic side, obviously Democrats were generally happy. Warnock came within 20,000 or so votes of winning outright in November and not even needing the runoff campaign. But if there was one thing that worried Democrats coming out of November, black turnout relative to previous midterms appeared to be a little bit off, a little bit down in Georgia. So there's been an extra effort from Democrats here, certainly with the early vote, trying to increase black turnout. There's a bunch of counties kind of spanning the mid part of the state here with large black populations. We'll be keying in on those certainly as the results come in to see, is there a sign there that Democrats turned out more votes? Is Warnock a little stronger there than he was in the general election? That if there was some weakness for Democrats, that's where it was. So we'll be looking to see about that too, how that plays out, Kristen.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.